Annie, if you could please call the roll.
Mayor Paulin.
Here.
Vice Mayor Satula.
Here.
Councilman Smith is unable to attend this evening. Town Manager Hicks.
Here.
All right, moving on to the approval of minutes, June 4th town meeting minutes and June 27th work session minutes.
Mr. Mayor, I make the motion that we accept the minutes for the June 4 town meeting minutes and the June 27 work session minutes.
All right, second?
Aye.
Aye. All right, moving on. The minutes are approved. Reports of officers, boards, and committees. First, the permits report.
Building use and occupancy sign permits issued during the month of June 2018. There were no building permits, no use and occupancy permits, no temporary use and occupancy permits, no demolition permits, no grading permits, and no sign permits. There was one temporary sign permit, Lorraine Hennessy temporary campaign in various locations.
Thank you very much. Moving on to the finance report. Ginger?
June 2018 Finance Report. Beginning cash balance, $433,025.69. Total revenues, $165,877.12. Total expenditures, $270,116.40, with an ending cash balance of $328,786.41. Total investments, $1,041,138.73. Any questions?
Town manager, code enforcement, and planning commission reports.
Town Manager's Report, June 2018. Boardwalk. Meeting held with critical area, finishing off one additional item on the CIA checklist. We have gained our approval from the Charles County Soil Conservation District last month. Online bill pay. It is operational, linked via the town's website. Please, and I state please, input the information exactly as it appears on your water bill. Village Green restrooms. We are awaiting our NEPA approval. We have SHA approval. Meeting was held with SHA last month. The project is moving forward. Bond bill. The town will be receiving $200,000 towards the purchase of some property in town to create a youth enrichment center. The town is looking to purchase the old PNC building for $265,000. Jennifer Drive, storm drain and road repair work. The repairs are complete and the road is now open. Paving and concrete work to take place this month. Wastewater treatment plant blower replacement project, which is funded via MDE. We received 2 bids. Work to begin on the project this month. A pre-construction meeting is scheduled for July 13th. Eli's. Eli's has been sold and the new owner will be demolishing the building and leaving the warehouse to become CSM's new Velocity Center. Demolition to begin around early August. Right now, what you see them in there doing is some, not mold removal, but asbestos removal. So that's what you see them doing currently. And last but not least, Woodland Drive. After numerous accidents at Woodland Drive and Strauss Avenue, the town will be converting that location and the location down the street at Strauss Avenue and Arthur Ross Place to 4-way stops. Work to be completed by the end of the month. Code Enforcement Report, June 2018. The town issued 51 notices of violation during the month. 8 rubbish and garbage, 5 vehicle, 28 grass and weed, 3 property maintenance, 4 premises identification violations, 1 rental license violation, 1 work performed without a permit, 1 unfit structure, and the town also performed 3 rental inspections during the month. Planning Commission Report, June 2018. The Planning Commission approved the plat of consolidation for parcel 311, lots 1 and 2, which ends up being 31 6th Street.
Okay. Thank you very much. Moving on to the Bureau of Fire Prevention report. Jeff?
For the month of May, the department had 23 fire responses, 15 were within the town limits, 8 were mutual aid responses to surrounding areas in Charles County, Prince George's, and St. Mary's County. The EMS division had a total of 46 responses. We tracked 150 hours of training for the month and installed 7 smoke detectors for the month of May. So the list that we have from Karen and from other people calling, we're going to dwindle that down. For June, we had 27 fire responses. 11 were within the town limits. 16 were mutual aid responses, again, to surrounding areas and counties. The EMS division had 37 calls. We tracked 100 hours of training, and we installed 5 smoke detectors during the month of June. So we've got 11 total. I think we had like 18 people on the list, and we're just slowly but surely plugging along, getting those done. So we'll get them done. Real quick, got a couple things to talk about with summertime safety. Charcoal grills, in accordance with the Maryland fire law, the use of barbecue grills and/or fire pits are not permitted on balconies in apartments and condominiums. We've had some issues with the folks over here at the condominiums. We've tried to address them. Last resort, of course, is always to call the fire marshal's office, but we need to gather some facts before we can go about doing that. And then, of course, Wednesday, 4th of July, the United States Fire Administration reports that each year approximately 11,000 people visit the emergency room as a result of firework-related injuries. A majority of those are caused by sparklers. Just in case you didn't know, sparklers burn at about 12 to 1,400 degrees. If you got children with sparklers, please keep an eye out so they don't end up in the emergency room. In addition to the injuries, almost 18,000 fires were caused by fireworks in 2017 alone. As a reminder, the following, to the best of my knowledge, as of last week when I spoke to the fire marshal's office, are the only legal fireworks in the state of Maryland: sparklers, fountains, wheels, and spinners. So anything that does not leave the ground or does not pop or explode. And the last thing I want to talk about with the last couple of days are heat-related emergencies. I'm sure everybody's feeling the effects of the last couple of days. There's really 3 types of heat-related emergencies. There's heat cramps. You're outside, you're exposed, you're overdoing yourself, your body will start to cramp up. You're burning the fluid in your body, and it's not able to reproduce it. You're not taking enough in. So if you get outside, you're working on hot days like this, you start to cramp, go inside, cool down, get something cold to drink, preferably not an adult beverage. Water is what we recommend. Stay away from soda, tea, any alcoholic beverages, anything like that. If you continue to work outside while you're experiencing heat cramps, the next thing you'll experience is heat exhaustion. You'll start to notice that yourself not sweating as much. You may become dizzy. You're still going to have the cramps. You may start to notice that you're nausea, upset to your stomach. Again, get inside, take a break, get yourself something to drink, relax. The last one, of course, the worst one is heat stroke. That's when the body is unable to sweat at all. So if you're outside working and you're not sweating on a day like today, something's wrong. You need to take a break. Get inside, have someone call 911 because that is a true emergency. You need to seek medical condition for that because you're probably at the point of dehydration and you're probably going to require fluids other than drinking cold water or any type of intake that you'll be able to get. Probably end up with an IV from the hospital as far as getting fluids into you. So with the weather like this, and unfortunately I don't see a break, maybe Friday, Saturday? We'll get a little break, keep our fingers crossed, but please, if you're out working in weather like this, work a little bit, make sure you get plenty of breaks, make sure you stay hydrated. That's the best advice that anybody can give you. Other than that, barring any questions, that's all I have, sir.
Moving on to community policing report, Officer Dooley.
Everybody know of real crime trends to report. We're having recurring issues throughout the county with thefts from vehicles where people aren't locking the car doors. And I'm probably going to be saying this every month just as a reminder because it's getting out of hand. We need you to lock your doors, take the valuables out of the cars, hide your valuables. Same with your houses. Make sure the doors are locked. That's why they invented locks for the doors. Sounds like common sense stuff, but it's happening all over the place, so I'm going to keep talking about that. We're working on the speeding issues on Strauss, and out here in front of the base still, we actually got the speed trailer set up on Strauss Avenue a few weeks ago, so that kind of killed my radar spot. I was running right there, so we've been letting the speed trailer do its work over there. We got the speed limit signs cleared away, so I've been noticing a reduction in speed out front. I think it's working a little bit. I don't know what you guys' take are. You probably in the area more than I am. How's it seem? Slowing down a little bit? A little bit? All right. Other than that, not too much else to report. I do want to touch on one more thing before I forget. If you have a case with the sheriff's office and you have an officer working with you, don't call directly back to the officer if something happens again. You need to call the non-emergency number if it's not an emergency, or call 911 if it is an emergency, because the officer that you're trying to call is probably off, and then you're delaying getting the service you need. Other than that, anybody have any questions for me?
Thank you. We have no briefings. Moving on to presentations and recognitions, we do have a proclamation in recognition of National Farmers Market Week.
Okay. Proclamation in recognition of National Farmers Market Week, August 5th through the 11th, 2018. Whereas the state of Maryland and Charles County have a rich history of agricultural bounty, and whereas farmers markets provide fresh, affordable, nutritious, and locally grown food to consumers and provide support to local artisans, vendors, and businesses, and whereas farmers markets positively contribute to the economic and social vitality of many communities, and whereas the town of Indian Head Farmers Market has brought the best in fresh produce and other locally grown products to our residents, and whereas Maryland's farmers markets support and recognize the last full week in July as Buy Local Challenge Week, and challenges every resident to pledge to eat most items from a local farm for these 7 days, and whereas the National Farmers Market Week and Buy Local Challenge Week are a great resource to residents and local businesses, and whereas the United States Department of Agriculture recognizes August 5th through the 11th, 2018 as National Farmers Market Week and encourages people of the United States to celebrate the benefits of farmers markets. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the Mayor and Council of the Town of Indian Head do hereby recognize August 5th through the 11th, 2018 as National Farmers Market Week.
Mr. Mayor, I propose that the proclamation in recognition of the National Farmers Market Week be duly adopted.
Second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. August 5th through the 11th is National Farmers Market Week. Okay, moving on. No resolutions, no ordinances, no petitions, no unfinished business, no new business. On to miscellaneous announcement of upcoming meetings. Town Hall Community Affairs and Public Works will be closed Wednesday, July 4th. No yard waste pickup. Recycling pickup will be on Friday, July 6th. Annual 4th of July celebration will be here at the Village Green Park and Pavilion Wednesday, July 4th from 3:30 to 10 p.m. Village Green Flea Market will be Saturday, July 7th, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Village Green. Planning Commission will meet Wednesday, July 18th, 7 p.m. At the Village Green Pavilion. Village Green Flea Market will be again Saturday, July 21st, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Village Green. Town Council Work Session will be Wednesday, July 25th, 3:30 p.m. at Town Hall. Parks and Recreation Commission will meet Wednesday, July 25th at 7 p.m., followed by the Environmental Sustainability Committee at 7:30 p.m., both at the Pavilion. Village Green Flea Market will meet again Saturday, August 4th, 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. here at the Village Green. The next town meeting will be Monday, August 6th, 7:30 p.m. at the Village Green Pavilion. National Night Out will be Tuesday, August 7th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. I believe we're going to do the bicycle parade too, so tell a whole bunch of kids and anyone who wants to ride their bikes. Annual Grandparents 55 and Older Dinner and Concert will be Thursday, August 9th, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Village Green. Farmers markets will be Sundays and Thursdays, Sundays from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and Thursdays from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Right behind us at the Village Green. Parks and Rec runners will be Wednesdays 6 p.m., Saturdays at 10 a.m. April through September. Parks and Rec Friday Night Lights basketball will be the first Friday of every month until July, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. And Community Activities Committee, no meeting in July and August.
I'd just like to reiterate, sir, no yard waste pickup this week. No yard waste pickup this week, and your recycling will be picked up on Friday as opposed to Thursday. So recycling will be picked up Friday as opposed to your normal Thursday pickup.
Thank you, Ryan. All right, now moving on to citizens' comments. If you have a comment, please approach the podium, state your name, and anyone? Yep. All right.
Good evening, Warren Bowie, 9 Maple Street. I sent you all a letter, or my wife sent you a letter about the situation on McWilliams, where whenever there seems to be a change in the occupants, they unload all the furniture out there at where the trash is picked up. Of course, the town's not going to pick that up, and it stays there, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. Don't know how it gets disposed of, but isn't there something in the ordinance that the town can enforce the owner of the apartments to take care of that? Isn't there a time limit? That's, it's an eyesore for us who live there and travel back and forth.
Yes,
Is-
sir. Once somebody is put out of residence, I believe they have 72 hours to garner their stuff. If they do not, then it's the property owner's responsibility to come out there and take care of it. If he does not, we do like we did the last time. Once we receive your notice, we send a letter out. They don't come and get it. We pick it up like we did, and we file a lien on the property.
Is there
So-
a time limit on that as to when the owner's supposed to pick that up?
Oh, yeah, he has, once we get notice, we give him 5 days to get it up. So it's either code enforcement is not taking care of it, but when we got your letter the last time, we went out, we started the clock, we picked it up, we liened the property. There should be nothing there now but regular trash.
They just picked up a washer or dryer, I don't know, but I think the town must have picked that up.
Yeah, if we picked it up, we're just going to continue to pick it up and lien the property. The only way to get through to him is hit him in the pocket.
Thank you. The other thing, exiting Dogwood Street onto 210. I think I mentioned this to the mayor. There's a big evergreen bush that protrudes out on 210 and also a tree that you have to get out in the highway to see if anything's coming. So that needs to be taken care of before we have an accident there. And a little trivia, not as important. Is it too much to ask the trash people to put lids back on the cans?
Not at all, sir.
The other thing, it's something that has concerned me ever since y'all have been in office. I come to the meetings, I see none. No new business, no old business. Where do you conduct your business? When you make decisions about buying PNC Bank or the board, where do you make those decisions? And why isn't it brought to the public to get some input, or for us to hear y'all debate how you come up with your decisions?
The PNC decision, we had gone through the bond bill process, and we actually had talked about it a little bit at town meeting, but more in depth at work sessions. And then we went through the process, and it was pretty embryotic going through the bond bill process. We actually, during the legislative session, had met with Delegate Patterson and kind of pitched the idea, and then went through the process. So it happened pretty rapidly. And then we had discussed amongst at the work sessions. But certainly, I mean, we can bring up.
I know the work sessions are a public meeting. I guess the attorney has advised y'all that you can make those decisions, but it would be good for us to hear how all that comes about.
Okay.
I mean, when I come to the meeting and see none, I just, well, what's going on? And yet I know things are going on.
Yeah.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
you.
That one just, especially the bond bill process with the rec center, it was extremely rapid pace because we met, I guess, 12 days into the 90-day legislative session with Delegate Patterson to get that process started. So that was rapid pace, but. Yeah. All right. Any other citizens' comments?
Mr. Mayor.
Yep.
Mr. Mayor, if I may, I mean, with the events of shooting of the Gazette in Annapolis last Friday, I think on behalf of the council, we certainly would like to express all the journalists, specifically our own Maryland Independent folks who are covering Charlie present here, that we would like to express our condolences, and we would like to thank you for all the hard work that you guys do day in and day out and putting your lives at risk. It's not only the kids that are beginning to feel in school now, it's like the journalist seems to be the next out there. So we again thank you, we again pray for your safety, and we hope as a community we can all come together to get rid of this violence that's perpetuating and dividing our country. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other citizens' comments? Seeing none, meeting adjourned.